The reason why we have a cybersecurity issue is that the technology has evolved to where we're much more open today than we were in the past. And that gives us a lot more freedom to be able to have much better applications, to be able to be much more mobile, but it also brings problems. And today, where is it? Well, it used to be stored on a data center, maybe stored in a data center, who knows where it is. Anybody in the world can get access now to your data. So your intellectual property is now accessible to anybody in the world. 30 years ago, it was on a piece of paper written down somewhere. Only a few people could see it.
Dr. Fonash mentioned 1 billion computers out there, 4 billion cellular devices out there. Each of those are running on multiple networks, 9,000 different types of cell phones in use today. So it becomes to the power of.
But I am from the Governor's Homeland Security Advisor, and I'm also the Secretary of the newest state agency here in California, which is the California Emergency Management Agency, where we combine the offices of emergency services and Homeland Security. Our overall mission covers the spectrum of Homeland Security and emergency management. It goes from prevention, protection, preparedness, response, and recovery. Obviously, our biggest focus is on prevention. You know, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. We know when we invest in things that secure in advance to prevent something from happening, by and large, it can save at least $4 in direct costs. This is the concern that you need to be careful. Security is critically important, but you know, your IT people, if you're a manufacturer or something, they have no idea how operations work and what's required and what's done. All they know is they want to secure this network. And we could be our own worst enemies. And we have seen these kind of things where you have SCADA systems, and I've seen it in my own operation. Okay, we've got great security. I can't even communicate. I've been locked out. And that's the thing you've got to worry about. We've got SCADA control systems, and you go and you put in a piece of security in there, and then you've got remote transmitting devices or the other IEDs that are out there, intelligence, electronic boxes, devices that are out there that are supposed to be communicating and are making decisions, and you put in a piece of security software, block that thing because your IT people don't know that it's important, and blocks it from coming in because they say, oh, that's an outsider, that's an intruder, we don't want to let it come in. And then there's a valve that doesn't open. And then you have a chemical plant that releases something accidentally, or a nuclear power plant. I mean, that you can see the scale and scope of the problems of unintentional mistakes that we can make. We've got to have security, but you've got to think through these things.
One of the big challenges we have today is identity management with IP addresses. And all the attacks that we're getting in terms of cyber attacks is you can spoof IP addresses. We have no idea many times where the attacks are actually coming from. We don't know where they're coming from. We don't know who's doing them. In today's internet world, what you see is that all the controls are now within the data stream. So your computer is a data stream, right? That's in the same data stream as anybody else's, and anybody can get access to that. The routing mechanisms that are used in the internet are in that same data stream, so now they are accessible.
Good morning, I'm Bill Lansdowne. I'm the Chief of Police of the City of San Diego, and I'll give you a little insight to what we're doing and how things have changed for us. And I can tell you that the two most rapidly increasing crimes in the city of San Diego, and it's not just San Diego, but it's across the nation, is internet crime as it relates to identity theft, and then crimes against children across America today. This business is changing so rapidly for us. We bring officers on, they work through the beat process, they get the experience to be an investigator, and then we provide the training in many cases for them to become the experts, but they don't have your skills. They're not people that came up through the discipline of cyber technology that have the skills to be able to do that. So we need to partner. In many cases, you in this room are the ones that are aware of some of the difficulties and the changes taking place and how we can better protect everybody. I see a real void across the city of San Diego. We're not getting the information out quickly enough, but we can do that with private enterprise too. We're very, very adept and very much aware of how you can protect your systems, and we can work together in the process. So we need to work very, very closely together to be able to come up with systems that provide higher levels of security, and we need to get our handle on it. And the only way we're going to do that is to have exactly what's going on, is bring that public-private people with the best minds in the country in one place to take a look at and say, what do we need to do to protect our citizens, to protect our systems, and protect our country? The question, sir.
And the problem is the attacker only has to find one, and we have to defend against them all.
It really requires a public-private partnership